absolutely not.
How dare you?
I'd read up on zombies, find their weaknesses, and them. Not physically. Just.
You are probably so sick of getting asked this, but I just saw that it turned 14 years old this week.
Oh, the first record?
Take Me Out.
Oh, Take Me Out, right, okay. No, you're the first person that's asked. I thought you were going to ask, like, where did you get your name? Like, I was sick of being asked that, but no, nobody's asked that. Oh, it's 14 years old, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, it's an adolescent.
Are you sick of playing it yet? Honestly?
No, it's a banger. You know, people love it. What's the singer from Led Zeppelin called again?
Robert Plant.
He never got sick of singing Stairway to Heaven, did he?
Talk to me. Wake me up.
I caught you guys at Governor's Ball last summer. I'm not just saying this. One of my favorite sets. I danced so much.
Sorry. It was a fun festival, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was. It was a good one.
Yeah. I wore my leopard skin jacket.
Yep.
So
I remember that.
Oh, you do, right? Yeah.
I was far away and I was looking at the screen and I was like trying to figure it out and I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Is that leopard or ocelot? No, it's definitely leopard.
So if you're lonely, you know I.
So diving into the record a little bit, is it true that your goal for this album was to kind of go back to the sound of your 2004 debut?
No, not at all. Not. Oh my God, absolutely not.
How dare you?
Sorry, I read that somewhere, but I'm regretting it.
Yeah. Maybe some of the aims were similar. I think that's fair to say because we always wanted to make dance music as a live raw rock and roll band, and so I guess that primary aim is the same, but we just did it in a very different way for this record. For a band to continue, you really have to do something fresh, something new, and surprise people with every new record that you put out.
How did you sort of manage to incorporate fresh ideas? It's totally noticeable, like in Always Ascending, even just like it sonically sounds like it's ascending. I think that's like a super
Yes, that's
fresh.
true. Yeah.
Like how was that like a conscious thing that you really worked for?
It starts at the writing process, at the writing stage, where you feel so like, okay, what haven't we done before? What haven't you heard on a Franz Ferdinand record? And so a lot of the songs start with ideas. Sometimes it might be a musical idea, like in Always Ascending or Lazy Boy. It's in a weird 5 and 10 time signature, or it could be start with a lyrical idea, like the idea of a song like Lois Lane, say, where we created two characters and wrote a backstory, and the way that you would write characters for a novel or a play, and then wrote a song about them. Again, that felt like something that we hadn't done before, and so every song there was something at the heart of it that felt like we hadn't done before.
If it feels like we have done it before, then it tends to bore us, and we tend not to go down that road. But I mean, it's nice to sort of not so much ask yourself what kind of record do we want to make. It's all about having the sort of conviction and the hunger to actually make something, and actually discover what it is afterwards,
Right.
and just enjoy the process.
Hey, what's that thing that you do?
What's it like to kind of see trends come and go?
I think what I find curious is the revival of things that I've experienced in my life already. That can be like things like a resurgence, and we were just talking about tape culture and or aspects of the 90s which I didn't think would ever be revived. And curious, yeah.
But then you sort of it's I guess it's sort of younger people that didn't experience it the first time round that are getting into it. So I try not to be too cynical.
Oh no, I don't feel cynical about it. I'm just fascinated.
Have you like watched yourselves kind of consciously try to adapt to these trends?
Oh no. You don't adapt to trends. You ignore them and try and create your own. That's the secret. And I know when we formed as a band, we were trying to be contrary, and not trying to be, we were contrary, trying to do the opposite of what we saw around about us, and still do, and try to do the opposite of what we've done before, because if you surprise yourself, then you're going to surprise other people, and then it's not going to be boring.
We're all kind of natural contrarians, I think, in the groups.
No, we're not. Paul, Bob and I got together. That's when we started writing songs, and the three of us would be sitting around and coming up with ideas. spent a few months doing that. Then we got together with Julian. Julian joined us, and that's when we first started really playing together. Everything had been conceptual up to that point. Then we rehearsed really hard. Then we met with Philippe.
Love it, bro.
Wicked.
Wicked. If it's too slow, too
floppy,
too nice, it's gonna be.
What was it like working with Philippe? I mean, his work is so.
Philippe's
some
cool.
people.
Yeah, Philippe's great.
He makes a lot of noise when he's enthusiastic, and I remember sort of thinking, how long have we made this record for?
It's like it's the rhythm guitar, in fact.
Yeah,
And you are doing in front. You're doing
His enthusiasm is infectious.
clean, dirty, clean, dirty.
He's really fun to be in the room with.
I love that, seeing it from the DJ's perspective in the studio, constantly like understanding the dynamics of a song, but also like the flow of an entire album as well. Like really early on, before we'd even recorded, we were like, no, that song's an opener. That song's like the pinnacle of the set. This song's going to bring you down here, and then you build it back up again with this one, and then within that song you kind of cut it there. It's cool because you understand like how people respond to music, and.
Right.
We're performers, and performers love an audience, and to have somebody like Philippe as your audience, it's great, you know, like because
Well, also performing for us.
yes, he was, you know, you perform because you want to elicit a response in somebody, you know, you want to affect somebody emotionally, and you want to make them feel something, and to have somebody in the room with you demonstrating in an exaggerated way like how they're feeling, it's cool. But he's also very instinctive. You know, like there's no about him. Like he's a very honest response. How you react to the music, like your emotional reaction to the music, is the most important thing. Like how it makes you feel.
For sake.
My dad's Greek, and it lives in Glasgow still, and he's part of this group called the Hellenic Society that celebrates Greek culture. And they asked me to go in and give a talk about Greek music. So I was going through a lot of my old records, and so I found some records that I knew that had belonged to him, that I'd listened to in my childhood. And there was this Yanis Markopoulos record, which was Cretan dance music. And this music is centuries and centuries, probably thousands of years old. And what I found particularly fascinating about it was the dynamics and structure is pretty much identical to what you have in contemporary dance music. And I realized that people have been doing this stuff for thousands and thousands of years, and we're still searching for the same thing, but doing it in a slightly different way. He did it slightly differently in 1972. We're doing it slightly differently in 2017. Yeah, somebody's banging trying to get in.
I was watching an interview and you said that the most important thing about music is the way it makes you feel.
Yeah.
Can you remember one of the first songs or bands that you listened to that made you realize that?
Sure, you know that Markopoulos Greek music that I was talking about earlier. That's one of the earliest memories I have of listening to music. Is my dad putting me on his shoulders and playing that music and spinning me around the room. And I can picture it vividly right now. It's in my head, and seeing the corners of the room like flying around, and this music completely mesmerizing. And it's the first time I was aware of my state of mind, my senses being elevated from resting to this wonderful euphoria that you don't get from anything else in life.
So come on home. So come on home. So come on home.
And what's the meaning of the title, Always Ascending?
It's what every band should be. Hey, this is Alex Kapranos.
Hey, this is Paul Thompson.
We're from Franz Ferdinand, and you're watching Baeblemusic.